traveling. I was always on the phone, always gone. But yet, like most that I probably ever earned in a year was probably 55, 60. It's decent money, but not for what I was doing. And so by the 17th year, I had woke up one morning, I was really sick. It was in the summer, and I thought I had the flu. And I come to find out I had fibromyalgia, and I was really, really sick. And so I gave up that career. I just pretty much, I quit, and I gave back my car, and I quit. And so my team members went up to the person above me, and I just tried to get better for about 18 months. And so when I got better, I was not well, but I was better. We were out of money, and we were struggling financially big time. So I had to go to work. So for about 7 years, I went to work for someone else and just tried to do other things, retail mostly. Bought a couple of businesses that failed. I tried a couple of other. So when Flexi came along, I was very skeptical, and I was very negative about giving it a try. And my best friend said, Sonya, what if help your cholesterol rate increase? What if it could? And I'm hearing a lot of feedback. I don't know. I know it's not on my end. I don't know if there's maybe someone else unmuted, but okay. Could just be the phone call. I don't know. Okay. So I said, okay. I said, I'm not investing money. I'm not doing parties. I'm not begging my friends. I'm over it. And so this product has to work, and the comp plan has to blow me away. And that's pretty much what happened. My first week on Plexus changed my life. My pain was lessened so much that first week. I was sleeping better. I wasn't craving sweets. I just felt like a new person that first week. So obviously I started posting on Facebook. I started telling people. People started noticing. And what I can tell you from the very beginning is I was very consistent in posting on Facebook. I always say to people, when I didn't post anything that was ads like or sales like. It was all about me. It was all about me. It's my friends on Facebook, and they want to know what I'm doing. So it was very personal about my journey. And I never gave too much information. I gave just enough that people would want to know more, and then I would tell them more. I would private message them more. But I didn't really spill Plexus all over Facebook. And so for about 10 weeks, I was just very consistent. I didn't have a goal to get to the next level. I did say from the very beginning, Helen and I both, my best friend, we said, we want to go to Hawaii next year. We've got a whole year to do it. Let's have a goal to get to Hawaii. But actually the first few weeks, we didn't really go, okay, what's the next level? We were just overwhelmed with people, responding to us. And so after 10 weeks, I quit my job. And how did I quit my job at 10 weeks in when I had not replaced my income? I certainly did not have a guarantee that I was going to, I needed to replace $2,500 a month in income because I was responsible for the mortgage and the boat payment. And my husband made a good living. He still does. But he paid, the house expenses and our living, and he saved a lot of money. So I remember being here I am at 10 weeks in. How can I quit my job? Making I probably replaced half my income, probably making about $1,000 a month, maybe. But I could see it happening. I believed it would happen. I knew from day one that if the products worked and the comp plan blew me away and made sense, that no obstacles were going to get in my way. And when I go over the few points that I have on how to really make this work, you'll understand why this would work once the products and the comp plan made sense. So I quit my job 10 weeks after joining, which was the end of November 2012. There were no diamonds when I joined the company, and there were only 18,000 ambassadors when I joined the company. And so I hit gold at the very end of November, and then I quit my job. And then in the middle of March, I think it March the 23rd. So I remember like double ranking some months, and it was just so crazy. And I remember being like, are you kidding me? Like, I was living paycheck to paycheck in September and earning now 5 digits a month in March. And then I hit diamond. That was March. I hit emerald, and then I hit diamond in July. So 10 months to diamond. And people say, how did you do it so fast? And I say to people all the time, I do it fast. It took me years. It took me 20 years to become a diamond, because I can tell you that I really don't think I would have done it as fast without all of the experience with people in another network marketing company, learning to become an overcomer, learning to overcome objections, have that resilience, that tenacity to do it no matter what, learning the time management skills, learning that, I must act every day instead of reacting. So all the principles that I learned over 20 years, I really feel like it took me that long to become a diamond. So that's my journey. So I think I was maybe the 3rd, 4th, 5th diamond hit, and then my best friend hit, and then me and 7 more hit all the next month. So it was all kind of close together. But I got some really good people in the beginning, but how did I get the good people in the beginning? How did I have that massive momentum? I can tell you that I never talked to anyone without passion, not being pushy. I was never pushy. There's a big difference between being passionate and pushy. And I think, and people say, well, what's the difference? Well, you'll know the difference, because when you're passionate, it comes from your heart. It's real. It's sincere. It's humble. It's being vulnerable. I can't say that word very well. Vulnerable. It's being honest and open with people. It's not being pushy and salesy and all about you. And it's so much more about, I found this company and it's blowing my mind. These products are crazy. You're not going to believe what they're doing. And that I'm already being paid, and I've only been in a certain amount of weeks or a certain amount of months, and I'm making money. Like, that's the way I talk to people. And that's the way I grew so fast. And people want to follow people with a passion. People don't want to be sold to. They don't want to be talked into anything. They don't want to feel like just another person that you're selling to. They for them, but through your passion. So that's kind of my story, and I thought I would just kind of share with you the background, and then I thought I would take about 10 minutes, if we have 10 minutes, and then you can, Jeannie, if you have questions or want to talk after these 10 minutes, I'm fine on my time. So I thought I'd just kind of list a few things that really I would kind of say are major tips on how to truly make this work for you. And I'm going to say that whether you're in Plexus or whether you're in another company, these things do not pertain to our specific company. These are things that pertain to just what it takes to be successful in anything that you do. And these are in a certain order. But let me just say that one thing that I would say that I learned early on in my years of network marketing is when I wake up every day, I don't immediately just jump on Facebook or check my email and respond to people. Now, I may look at things and know that I have to deal with it through the day, but I try not to do that. I try to go, okay, and I make my list the night before, and I go, okay, this is the things that I have to get done before I start responding. I must be proactive before I'm reactive. And so that's for sure something that I can tell you that I learned probably 7 or 8 years in the other company, and I've done all these years. So, and being proactive would be things such as your income producing activities. You've got to do at least 3 to 5 income producing activities a day, not just to see the results, but to stay in line with your integrity. You know, there's such a thing as fighting with yourself and struggling with yourself. And when you are teaching and talking and preaching one thing, but you're living out another, you're going to start feeling like you're fake. You're going to start kind of like questioning yourself, and your inner self is going to start having these inner dialogue with yourself that's very conflicting. And that stems from talking the talk but not walking the walk. So I can say that if you will be very proactive in your own personal activity, always striving to get yourself 1 or 2 new contacts a day for you. It's kind of like they say on an airplane, put your own mask on before you help other people. If you will strive personal activity first before you help your team, you will be able to feel that you have that integrity. You will be able to, people will read you as being real and not fake. Your team will as being a leader and not a manager. People will respond to your posts in your groups versus being defensive and talk behind your back about she or he is saying this, but I know they're not doing this. So I hope that helps you a little bit on the income producing side. Work on 2 or 3 off that morning before you move on to your team, and then be very productive with your team. I can tell you that a very productive use of my time is I ask my leaders, and they know this, and they message me every day. Who do you have on your team? 1 or 2 people this week, every week, just tell me 1 or 2 people that I can either send a private message to, or I can go to their wall and edify them, lift them up, praise them. Because if you can, you know, people love contests, and they're great to do. I don't do them very often. So when I do them, people know they're usually really good, and people know they're really the real deal. But you wouldn't believe how much just going to someone's wall, their Facebook wall, and saying, Julia, I've heard so many amazing things about you from your sponsor. She's told me how much you're growing in your business. I'm so proud to watch your journey. You're amazing every day. What a rocking team you're developing. I mean, their comments and sometimes private messages from even their sponsor about the post is amazing. Words to people can do more than anything else. So I will tell you that to me is an income producing activity that is worth your time. It is worth your time. Okay, so The next thing that I would say is to make a commitment to work daily on your mindset. Now, I'm going to expand on this, and this probably covers 2 or 3 of my other points. So these are going to kind of run together. I'm not a real point 1, point 2, point 3 person. I'm a really talk from the heart person. So hopefully you can gather some things from this. But let me just say that, and I was looking around to see if I had the book in here. Yeah, I do. I'm going to grab a book that Helen and I have been doing, and we did a book study on it. All right. And this book right here, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter. It's an old book. It's a book that I read 20-something years ago, and I used the principles in the book then. And then, of course, I got away from it, and then, when I got out of network marketing a few years, I kind of forgotten about the book. But I can tell you that this book has been life-changing. And Helen and I, if you go to my YouTube channel, Sonya Dudley, we actually uploaded I did a library. If you go into the library, I did a whole series. We did 7 weeks of Zoom. They're about 45 minutes long, but it's 7 weeks of what to say when you talk to yourself. And it's the book study that we did with a group of senior gold and above. And when I tell you it was transformational, in their lives and business, it's an understatement. It has been the most transformational book that we've done. So what we think about all day, our programming produces our thoughts and beliefs, and our beliefs produce our behavior, and our behavior produces our outcome. So in order to change things, in order to change the results in your life, it stems all the way back down to the programming that you've been given and you've bought into your entire life. Your mind is like a computer, and you've got to think about this. As a computer, you just program the computer, and it doesn't know if it's true or false. When you're typing into your computer, it just saves it, and then you've got it there to recall. Well, your mind is the same way. So when you buy into a belief that I'm not a salesman, people don't like to hear from me, I'm not good at that, I'm too this to be this way, I'm too fat and ugly, I'm not a salesperson. When you buy into all that, that's the results in your life you're going to get, because your computer just computes it and goes, okay, I'll make that happen. And that's what you do. And until you change the programming and the mindset, you will continue to be on the little rat race to, why is this not working? Why am I not getting the results? So I say to people all the time, instead of trying to work harder and figure out a new idea and a new training idea, more than likely it's just because you learn all these external things, and you go to convention, and you go to this and you go to that, and you leave motivated, which is external. But then when you go out to do these things, you still feel this resistance. And that resistance and that wall is the negative programming that you've been buying into for 30, 40, 50 years, 60. So anyway, I record my affirmations. I have them on an app called Repeat It Again, and it's on my iPhone. And so I record all my affirmations, and they'll repeat. So when I'm on the treadmill, I'm listening to them, and it programs my mind for all the things that I struggle with. And you would not believe the things that happen when you reprogram. So that, to me, is the number one thing people can do that maybe they've never done to produce different results. The last thing I want to say is, you have to make a line. You have to draw such a deep line in the sand that your word for the year, my favorite word this year, is overcomer. Be an overcomer. No excuses. Be an overcomer. Make this the year that you will overcome everything that comes your way. About a year and a half ago, I don't even know the actual date, but, well, I do. It was probably January of 14. I started going backwards the whole year in points. Now, I had been a diamond for 8 months and going up, up, up every month. And then for about 12 or 13 months, I went backwards in points. We went through a couple of pretty major trials in Plexus. And I can tell you that it would have been really easy for me to quit. Really easy, because you get really discouraged knowing that you're working and things are going backwards. But one thing I can tell you is I put everything into perspective. I said, okay, Lord, what do you want me to learn from this? What are the lessons in this? Because there have to be some. And I had to put myself back to, okay, so perspective. I remember saying I needed to make $2,500 a month to quit my job. And even after going backwards for 13 months, I was making 12 times that amount. Seriously? That's the kind of perspective you've got to go, wait a minute. I'm making whatever, $300 a month. What am I doing to make that? Am I putting in, how many hours, if I worked another job, would I have to do to make $300 or $400, $500 a month? So I had to put myself into perspective. I took that 1 year to still work hard. I was very consistent. I never stopped posting on Facebook. I never stopped doing my income producing activities. I never stopped edifying my team. No one knew. No one knew. And see, that's the issue with a lot of people. When things get tough, they stop doing those things they did, so people start knowing. I kept doing the things I did, but I prayed a lot. I asked God to show me what the lessons were, and I did a lot of personal growth. I went to my John Maxwell week of training. I got certified to be a coach, speaker, trainer. And because of that, I've been able to help thousands of people over the last year and a half with struggles and growth. So, always just thank God for the struggles and the trials, knowing that you're going to be able to look back and see what they were for. And so you can't worry about what other people think. You cannot worry about what other people think about your dreams, your business, anything. Because here's the deal. They will think about you and talk about you for about 5 minutes. And then they're on to talk about someone else. So that's it. Done. End of story. It is not about what they think about you. It is about what you think about you. It's about what your family thinks about you. You have to do the right thing in every situation. We all have haters. I have haters, and I could worry about it all day long, but what good will it do? What good will it do? As long as I can put my head on my pillow at night and go to sleep feeling great about what I've done, that's all that matters. So I'm going to open it up, Jenny, and see if you have anything to ask or say. And thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. We are all so excited. Again, I know I can speak for everybody that's on the call that you took your time out in standing in for Jen. We're so super excited and praying that everything goes so perfectly tomorrow for Miss Sweet Breckley to make her debut into their family of 5. So if anybody wants to ask Sonya any questions, this is your chance. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and let her go and get ready for her next phone call. Now's your chance, guys.
Oh, clear as a bell. Everything was clear as a bell.
Right? I know. I love that when we do events like that.
Awesome.
I just tickle pink that even though I still have a ton of snow out there, that I'm sitting here watching this. And I totally enjoyed it, Sonya. Thank you. Right, my day.
Oh, you are so welcome. Josephine, right? Josephine.
Just Joe.
Just Joe.
Joe, great to meet you, Joe. Great to meet you. Thank you. Are you guys all in Colorado? Is that where the snow
We're in
is?
Nebraska. The majority of us are in Nebraska. And that storm went right through anywhere from, we've seen 12 to 18 inches of snow. But
We got 18.3.
and she's just north of me a little bit. So super exciting.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
Nobody has any questions for Miss Sonya? Vanessa, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we just got I'm in Colorado, but we only got a foot.
Oh, only a foot, only a foot. I would die to see a foot of snow. I mean, I was in Arizona a week ago, and we got snow here. We got about 3 inches, and school was out for a few days. It was crazy, 3 inches. I would love to see even 8 inches of snow. It would be so fun. Just one time, though.
Yeah, I've seen it one too many. I'm ready to go to Arizona where maybe we see it. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. That's my husband who had to scoop all day yesterday, our place out. So absolutely. We're lucky enough to have a bobcat to scoop it out so he doesn't have to do everything by hand. But
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that's my son. Well, we want to thank you so much for jumping on this call and doing this for our team. We are geared for Emerald this month. I have proclaimed it, we have prayed over it, and we are so super excited. Our team it doesn't show on the call, but our team is 100% behind us doing that this month. And there have been months where I have proclaimed it before, like last month, and I thought, you know what, at about halfway through, I thought, you know what, it's not going to happen. This month, from the get-go, I just know, I feel it in my bones that this team is going to hit this month because of our just the passion, again, what you talked about. So I want to thank you so much for doing this. I did record the call because I know I had a whole bunch of people message me saying they had wrestling meets or working tonight. So I am going to pass on this incredible training that I took 4 pages of notes on.
Oh, wow.
I can't thank you enough for stepping in and doing this for us. And I just hope you have a great rest of your month, Sonya.
Thank you, Jeannie. Keep me posted. I'm going to pray that you guys become an Emerald team in Nebraska. I know you will. It's just a team effort, and it's everyone reaching their goals to get you to your goals. So y'all have a great night. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Sonya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.